Well, a lot to be getting through. So, if you weren't here earlier when we said it, thank you. Turn it up for Eden. That time we all got together, isn't it? Yes. And they think that they can do what they want. And they have done what they wanted for 40 years. But times are changing, because we are not having this. I'm sure that you all agree. So, we are on a very tight schedule, like we said. Today, tonight is about... Oh, sorry, I need to introduce myself. So my name's Melissa Kelly. Hello. I've not got any role in the town, apart from living here all my life and having a gob on me, as you well know. And I've got the pet shop on Ilkeston Road. And 4 years ago, I left my corporate job and started a business, and a few other people did, because when you get in your 40s, you've had enough trying to get all the bullshit. And all of a sudden I thought, something don't add up round here. Something's going wrong round here. And then we tried to help, and we got bullied and we got threatened, and we complained and nothing happened. And then gradually, thankfully, we have now got the independents who have control of the council, rather than what we've had for 40 years, which unfortunately has been Labour. I am not affiliated to any party, but the truth is, unfortunately, Labour has not really been working for the town, and we can prove it. So, and this has all come from this really, it's been leading up to this, I truly believe that. So, this is the pinnacle, and this is what we've been telling people about, and I'm going to hand you over to Maria now, and she'll explain what her role is, because she's much more important than me.
No, I've just got arrested and got fed up. I'm Marie Cresswell, and I am a councillor in Gloucester Town Council. I'm currently the leader. Our mayor's on holiday, and that's probably why he's not here tonight. If there's any other councillors in the room that would like to introduce themselves, I do know we have one from DCC here and one from the borough level.
You've got two from borough, by the way, Marie.
Yeah.
You've got two.
So we've got two from borough.
Yeah.
So
You've got me and Ben.
Yeah.
So
Put your hands
we've
up.
got Ben from
From Belfort.
Albert.
Me from Marpool.
Trevor from Marpool, which is Derbyshire, and by the white door at the back of the example, that's Peter Matthews, who's a DCC councillor.
So, hopefully we'll get to hear from them soon, and just kind of what they know or what they can tell us in their roles. But, you know, it's great that they're here, and I'm not just saying people are here to support us, because that's your choice, but people are here because you're interested and you care, and that's what the main thing is. So, we're going to have a very brief outline. So for those, a lot of people are not on Facebook, and nowadays if you ain't on Facebook, you don't know what's going on. But it is the best way, there's no better way, apart from doing meetings like this. So the Future High Street Fund was given to Derbyshire County Council, to Amber Valley Council, to manage that grammar school. Never their money, it's our money, it's a levelling up fund. And they decided it was going to go into that grammar school. Now great, we've got a beautiful building, we've got a lovely bit of history. We haven't got a lot of history in the town, and we want to keep that. We're all happy. However, it ain't been going that well, and we don't really know what's going on. It's like Lee, who managed it, he has been very good at going around the town, and he's done a great job. It looks beautiful, and introducing himself and being the point of contact. However, there's obviously been stuff going on, because this was never the plan. So you'll all remember, what was the plan? It was a community hub. Anything else, that we were told.
The cinema.
Yeah, anything else?
Bowling.
Yeah.
All that would have brought jobs to the town.
Yeah, all jobs and also development and also like on the very least it was going to be a lovely walkway from the Memorial Park straight through all the steps through the fire station, and I'll come on to that in another time, that fire station heritage fund that's being used for a blood bank, back to the grammar, and to the market to encourage people through. Now I don't know because they've not released the details. We've had a very minimal amount of information. We do not know. We know there's 150 desks. We do not know what they're paying for renting it. We do not know what access we've got to the grounds. At the minute, I don't think the grounds have been mentioned, have they?
There is, as far as I've read on the contract, it's that it would be down to the DCC to keep the outside as well as the inside, which is why the temporary fence is still up. But they're saying 150 desks, but the ideas are being floated it's up to 200 people. But then you're going to have your visitors to the centre, which from the sounds of it is going to be mediation, supervised contact, things like that. So you're looking at 200 cars on top of a normal rush hour for school. They've only got 77 car park spaces, so there's 77 car park spaces on there, and then we've lost spaces on the market, we've lost Wiseman Street car park, so we're limited on car park for our normal shoppers and visitors.
Oh yeah, we struggled over the car park.
Oh, we struggle because Amber Valley are charging us, and when we've asked the town council years ago, why don't you use a bit of your money to get us free parking at least one day a week? It will cost you £25,000. We have to do a freedom of information about that because apparently we're not allowed to know that. And then that might help, eh? It might if we have free parking like we have down at the precinct, but we don't think outside the box because that's not the focus. Anyway, so bringing you up to date, they've made this decision, they've got it nice and lovely, and then all of a sudden we hear that Derbyshire County Council are moving in. Now, as a local business person, lovely. It's not a white elephant, what everybody keeps saying. We've got some footfall. We've got people, maybe a little bit money in the pocket might make a bit of a difference. However, we've been lied to because this is not for us, because the evidence shows, and of all them people on Facebook that say it's misinformation, we are quoting what is in the statements, and the statements say we get the hall for
one night a week.
One night a week.
One night a week, Saturdays and Sundays, when we also get to use the car park, which there's lots going off in the evening to be wanting to use the car park. And that will be when Derbyshire County Council aren't using it themselves. So it will be when they have availability, not for when we actually want to book it.
So we don't know what's going in there yet. We don't know what department's going in there or anything. The rumours, and we're trying to stick to fact, I'm just going to say, if it's the department that we've been told it is, they ain't going to be using the town centre. They won't be able to. And obviously, if that gets fact, then obviously we'll say that. But we want to deal with facts because we've got enough with the facts, to be honest, without the rumours. So at this point, we've now obviously started this campaign. We kind of knew it was coming, was waiting for statements to be released. And then Ben, who's independent, and Trevor, who is Labour. So thank you, Trevor, because it's been harder for you. And yeah, well done, Trevor. And they've done what we call a call-in. And basically, they're calling them out. This is how I describe it anyway. They're calling it out on this behaviour, that something's not quite right here. And that's where we are. So our scrutiny committee that's come from the call-in is coming on the 12th. We've got a week. And that's why we're here, and that's why we're getting organised. So we cannot run this campaign on 2, 3, 4 people. It's too big and it's too difficult. So we're going to be asking for help, and I'm going to be asking for skills, and we're going to put you in the right places. And at the very least, take a petition and get writing.
We've got no paper petitions right now, no. But it is online, guys, and I have posted the link onto the grammar school page, and if anybody would like a paper copy, just give me a name and I'll happily drop it off to you tomorrow.
Or pop into Petfit.
Or pop into Petfit.
Right, where are we now then? So, our concerns. Should we start with that?
Yes, I think so. We need to go for concerns and any questions you would like or you would want put into the scrutiny committee next week is what we're looking for.
Well,
guys.
yeah, but
We've got, sorry Marie, we've got to be careful here, right? So, if you read what the scrutiny committee says, they'll only accept questions. I mean, we're not going to all get a question. I doubt we'll get any, to be honest, if it's out like town council. So, true story.
They can disallow.
We can disallow questions. So, but it can't come from a body. So we can't enter it as a one. We can't do, you send us your questions, you're going to have to do them individual. So again, it's up to you what question you want to ask. Just ask it. I mean, we'd love people to be there speaking. Trevor, thank you.
Just before you go on with that one that you're just on about, I don't know who read anything on the Facebook this morning that I put on about what the procedure is for coming
Yeah.
to.
So Trevor put it on the Facebook this morning.
It will start obviously with the chairman calling everything to order and saying everything. He'll then call on me to put my case. Then he'll go to the leader and deputy leader. They'll put their case. Then the councillors that are on the committee will have questions. If you've not sent in a written question, you won't get asked to speak.
Yeah. So you need to send in those written questions.
If
You've
you're
got a
trying
week.
to speak, you won't be allowed to.
In fact, you haven't got a week because you've got to submit them 3 days in advance.
That's right. 3 days you've got to send a
Yeah.
question in.
So you need email or you need, don't do snail mail for God's sake. Just drop it off at Ripping, get on boss, I'll drop it you. Or ring them. Ben.
Ben can give you a little bit more on this than what I can. because she's
Come on
in
then,
there.
Ben, do you want to come here then and speak on mine?
I haven't got such a big voice as Trevor. Hi everyone. But what an amazing turnout, first of all, that's incredible. You get meetings like this, you can change things, and you can change things here. When it comes to the questions, you can also ask an unprepared supplementary question. So if you put a written question, you can then ask an unprepared supplementary question. But ultimately, I think what it comes down to is the scrutiny committee, at the moment, should be a majority Labour. But Labour have put out a group position on this from the Amber Valley Labour group. And I've asked the monitoring officer whether that means there's something which is called predetermined, e.g. they've already made a decision. If that's agreed, then they cannot be part of that meeting. And we'll have, the scrutiny committee will have to elect a different chair and make a decision. But I just want to be clear that the scrutiny committee isn't going to make a decision. They can't make a decision to say, no, we're going to scrap that. What they can do is a few things. They can send a decision to council to make a recommendation, or they can set up a panel, and this is what I think they need to be doing. I think they need to be setting up a panel to examine the decision. Particularly, this is the key point, that grant was obtained for the community use, for all the things you were talking about. It wasn't obtained to provide an office block for Derbyshire County Council.
So they've lied then?
So well,
all the way through. Yeah. And we can prove it because we've got
I'll
the
say
information.
what I think's happened. This is just my opinion on it. I think Labour lost control of being the town council and said, right, sod them then.
Yeah.
So excuse my language for the children. But that's what they've done. I know these people.
They've said sodden
No.
for 40
Yeah.
years because the
They're
money
really not
has gone
interested.
out and disappeared. That's what they've said sodden.
Let's look at the whole decision. Look at what they've done basically. We had a great scheme. Eden was chosen for specific reasons because it needed this, and it does need this. It really does.
I think the town centre needs it a hell of a lot more than
We
the
do.
council.
We do.
Absolutely.
And it's not the end. It should be the start.
Yeah.
But what have they done then? They've been really disingenuous. First of all, they've either lied to you or they don't care. They're making it up as they go along. You pick your words on that. But it's also economically illiterate. They talk about new jobs. This was part of the scheme. Future High Funds meant to bring new jobs. It's not new jobs. It's jobs from Alfreton and Ilkeston what's going to happen to those town centres when those jobs, when all those people come here, if they think it's worth having? So there's no net gain there. And then it's Derbyshire County Council paying Amber Valley Council rent, and these two councils are going to come together in 2 years' time, and it's the same pot of money. So there's no new money coming in. If you rented that building out for £1, you'd be making more money. You'd be bringing £1 more into the community. So it's financially illiterate as well. I think it's done out of spite. It was taken without consultation behind closed doors. I think they've gone power mad. You know, I know these people. I'm not going to use that word. But I know these people.
We all can.
And there are what's frustrating is I know there are some really good Labour councillors who either don't speak or aren't allowed to speak. Trevor's a great councillor for Amber Valley. What I think you need to do, one of the things you need to do, is talk to those Labour councillors and keep on at them and say this isn't good enough, because the current leadership cannot stay there. Because they're not fit for purpose. So you need to keep on at them.
Right. Sorry, I'm aware that obviously we're trying to be independent, and you've obviously spoken a lot as an independent. So, and we've got to keep it balanced, haven't we? So, I don't know if this is a good point actually to speak to Peter.
Peter, would you like to come on?
So, Peter, Derbyshire County Council, and you are the pariahs at the minute. No, I'm joking. We're not blaming anybody who works for Derbyshire County Council at all. We know who we're blaming. Insight from Derbyshire County Council.
Well, there's a lot more of the from day one of taking this position on Derbyshire County Council, I've been aware of the grammar school, and I am 100% behind it. This is not what I would have expected the building to be. I have sent numerous emails and meetings with people to try and reverse this or reduce this, and the wheel has been turning in the background, but little has not been able to stop it so far. We need the power of everybody here to stop this. Derbyshire County Council are moving in a number. They haven't been able to decide on how many yet. The Ilkeston office and some members from Alfred, I believe, are planning to come.
The Ilkeston office alone is 2,042 square foot of office, and the grammar school is 2,240 odd square feet of office.
She knows it, dear. She knows it.
Then the Ilkeston office.
The purpose of the
253 full-time equivalent staff at Mercy and Close. Mercy and Close in Ilkeston, they employ 253 full-time equivalent staff.
But apparently not all are office based. They say about 150 from our office space.
But that's just
there's
Ilkeston.
quite a few that work within the community and we pop in every now and again to see office. Exactly. So mainly they are going to be people from the Adult Social Care Division and the SEND Division that are being concentrated.
That's been confirmed.
That's what the plan has been given to me.
Right, because we're very different from that.
But the statement that I was given today indicates that it's the SEND and the Adult Social Care.
That's it, social care. That's
Can I just-
Social care.
can I
Yeah,
So
but is
in-
that just adult social care?
No, and the SEND, which is children as well.
The lease on Mercy and Close runs out for Derbyshire County Council. That's Ilkeston. 29th of September. Yes, that's why.
But yet there was also the increase, dramatic increase in rent, and they were being threatened with made the grammar school a challenge.
So so we're up to date now where they were at. so you're fighting it, great.
Yeah, I am fighting it now.
Yeah. What about the other Derbyshire County Council?
They stand behind me as well.
Right.
I haven't come across any that are objecting to it.
Right, because your
Or
staff,
objecting to
from what I know, the staff don't really want to come to either.
Because we don't understand that. If you back it, you work for others, work for Derbyshire County Council, how come all this is, if you're against it? Can you just explain how it
Because
works?
this is a public council, so you've got elected officials.
So it's Amber Valley Council that's...
Right, so should we start, just to make it clear, because it's so bloody confusing, because obviously most people don't know what the council does what. And this is part of the problem with bloody democracy. So we'll start. So the grant came from D2N2, or Vision Derbyshire, some big body like that, and they decided, and there's conflicts of interest here, which we've been saying on social media, and they were warned. So there's people on this committee that helped discuss where this money was going. It then got handed to Amber Valley Borough Council to manage it for us. So they were going to sort it all out for us, an obvious place to do it, the local borough. And then, from that, it then goes to Amber Valley Borough Council to make that decision. Now, there's several people who we can trace from one of those bodies to Amber Valley, and who actually, one man made this decision, one man. And that man, you can trace him through. Now, if that's not a conflict of interest, you can see from space, I don't know what is.
Is it since Labour got kicked out of town council?
No, I wish it was since like, no, we've been having this for years. Thankfully, we've now got the independence in, and now our mayor is independent, and so is Maria. We've just got the majority. Barry, do you want to speak?
No.
Barry, do you want to come on, Barry?
No, that's all right.
That's what I meant.
I just want to know about when this decision was made, because allegedly it was made at the end of July, but clearly, from the evidence, clearly, it's been going on much, much longer than that.
Trevor wants to talk.
Sorry, Trevor.
That's all right. I can put a little bit of light on this.
Yeah, brilliant.
4th of December, in the town council, beg your pardon, Amber Valley Council, Ripley, and all these people met on the cabinet, and there's about 6 people over there. Yeah. On the cabinet. Each one has a portfolio for different things on the council. They're the cabinet. Chris Williams still leads that. Now then, they met and they spoke about the fact that they knew it would have cost them a lot of money to fill Ena Grammar School. And there was concern, and they were going to put it down to what they call a white label. That was to ask somebody to come in, because they hadn't got the expertise.
Yeah, to manage it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you formed it out then, and that was the
how
big
it
clue.
started, from what I know. Then after that, it was passed down. When they knew I was going to call it in, Chris Williams took it off the agenda, and he took the decision, which he has every right to do. You might not like it,
Yeah.
but he has the power to do that. The executive power gives him that right, and in law it's not.
So why do you then?
You won't dare turn up here. You can't speak in public. You've never seen him on camera. He can't keep his tongue. Every time you see him, he's kicking walls or he's threatening people. You can't let him on camera.
If you want
Sorry.
if you want
It's a true story.
vote him off. Come the next election.
Well, we're
The only trouble is, you won't be on evening, you'll be on Ripley.
You can do it before that. You can do it before that. You've got Labour councillors in Ena who can't believe this is right. Or Amber Valley who can't believe that is right. We've got space on our benches up next to us.
The independents of Ena and Rochester Town Council have had very little information about this. I can't speak for the Labour councillors, but the independents have had very little information about this. Been kept in the loop, not at all.
You know that Labour councillors get whipped. So do Tories, so do Reform.
And whip means that they have to agree with whatever they're told.
And that's where
You have
it's
a
all wrong.
pre-meeting.
You should have your own opinion, and you shouldn't be partisan. You should do what's good for this community, not what your party tells you to do. You should do what's right for the community. You should all be independents, and you should be working for the community. And this is what's gone wrong.
At local level, it should be about communities, not
I
parties.
think it's a point where you decide whether you're representing your community or your party. I chose my community, and I think others now need to step up.
And I think Trevor has also chosen his community because he will probably lose the whip over this.
I don't wish to leave Labour.
Right, well,
I'll be
guys.
quite honest, I don't wish to leave Labour.
At least you're honest.
At least you know. It's not about parties, it's about truth. It's not about parties.
To the chap at your hand up, what would you like to
Just a
ask?
question, Trevor, are they at the meeting on the 4th of December then? Is there minutes to that?
Yeah, we're minutes to that, yes.
Are they available in public domain?
Yeah.
Just to be clear, that meeting was the one where they decided what they were going to do.
Yeah.
Put it to a management company, which is fine. That's quite a normal way to do things. It's then what happened. The process is officers will go. The Derbyshire County Council officers would have gone to the Derbyshire and said, "Hey, look, there's this building. We could use this." They then approach the officers at Amber Valley, and the officers at Amber Valley say to Chris Emerson or Emma Monkman, the leaders there, and say, "Look, what do you think about entering to this arrangement?" But it's their decision. It's the elected members' decision what to do. They can either say, yes, great idea, let's do it, which is what they've done, or they can say, no, that's not what it was for. That's not what it was for.
We did have correspondence with Emma Monkman and some of the others, trying to arrange a meeting between some of the independent councillors and herself, and she didn't reply to my last email, which was the Monday before the decision was made on the Friday.
So those...
But the point is the decision wasn't made on the Friday, it has been made months ago. So they're lying about it.
We know this from people that work for the services. That, you know, the rumours aren't just rumours, some of the rumours are actually coming from some of the employees that are going to be shipped into email. And they don't really want them.
I walked past the grammar school about 3 months ago now, and one of the builders said to me, the county council coming in here, the builders knew that 3 months ago. We got invited for a walk round the grammar school.
Well, you're highly on it.
Yeah, we'd all like that.
We got to go in the day after the borough councillors went in, and it was very obvious to me, personally, in my opinion, that it was office noise. In fact, in one room there was 26 double sockets as well as Wi-Fi, and I was like, "Why we need to have a call centre in here?"
Right, so let's get back on track. Oh, that was all good, wasn't it? We found out some information, and we've had a bit of a say, and we're all on the same page, hopefully. Right. Issues with this, obviously.
Every question is, that's a sensitive question.
Yeah.
It doesn't give it you back, does it?
No, I tell you, welcome to our world. Because we have had this for 4 years. We've been fighting and telling people of what this town council is doing, and I'm being very careful of what words I choose, just because Dad's watching me and gets a bit stressed. But at the end of the day, we've been trying to say this, we've uncovered it, and we're like, something is going off here, and we've got proof of a lot of things, and this is the pinnacle of it. And this is why they bully us, and they don't answer. And then they took us out. They manhandle us out. Why do you think we've had to be in onkers, like mad women, on the bloody marketplace, every time there's a meeting? Sorry, Trevor? Sorry, I'm sorry. Anyway, in onkers, because they would not let us speak. So this is our town council, it's a group of middle-aged women, and all we're bothered about is 2 security guards. Yeah, against us. 2 security guards. And they won't pay for our security, but they'll pay for themselves. And then we're not bothered about the skag heads, we're not bothered about the bloody...
We've got egged as well, Melissa.
Got egged, been egged. There was bad bruises they were. And Yeah, well, you put me up now, and I'm going to pause, so that's that. But you've had it now. But anyway, so did we not bothered about the knife crime, cost cutter getting done over with a knife, balaclava gangs? What we're concerned about, if you watch the video, that'll be uploaded tomorrow, is a group of middle-aged women who've got kids who decided they want a voice. That's what we're concerned about. I mean, if that's not the biggest joke in this town, I don't know what is. And that is what we've been dealing with for 4 years. So welcome to our world, because we have been bullied and we've been threatened, you name it, it'll make your toes curl. Anyway, so our main concerns are obviously, the fact that we've got no control, the fact that nothing is for us. Sorry, at the back.
I just want to ask, as a community, can we not put a vote of no confidence in against these people?
Can we?
I mean,
I don't know. No, I think we can.
In a union aspect.
Well, it wouldn't matter because it's in the ballot box, but it matters.
No, this is unfortunately, this is what we have to stop. Yeah, no.
Everybody should be putting a vote of no confidence.
Yeah. The problem is this.
Stop you there.
Sorry.
Because Chris Williams has got the ultimate power. He's got the ultimate power. And the law is strongly. So you've got to vote him out. Vote him out. You can demonstrate. Well, the point about it is that's not. Well, no, we've got to do something.
Some people can vote him out.
Anyway, let's concentrate on what we can do, not what we can't do.
Let's you down a rat hole that you can't get nothing at the end of it. It's all right, Ben, saying vote him out. You can vote out as much as you like, but he won't go.
It's the council.
Well, I know why he won't go. We all know why he won't go, won't it? Sorry, Mal.
So we can't vote him out. We can't from. I'm independent, Nina.
Yeah, Mal Cena.
So we can't vote him out. I was just trying to say that we can't vote him out. So the best thing we do is we get a petition up.
Well, we've already got a petition up.
We get
And you go to the secretary for levelling up.
We do not trust him. Let's get him out. We want him out.
Yeah. It's the only way forward, unfortunately.
Direct channel.
I mean, we've all seen the evidence, so there's no other choice. Sorry.
Banners at the scrutiny meeting outside want a lot of...
Well, we don't you worry then. I am all about the visual for the TV. It's not having everything. You wait. Well, so this is what we're working towards. So next Tuesday, we have got to get to Ripley because they were having this meeting. And chances are it'll make actually a difference, but we ain't going to make it easy for them, are we?
The meeting is the 12th of December. 7 o'clock. 12th of August, 7 o'clock.
Yes.
Ripley Town Hall,
Yes.
the main debating council chamber.
Yes.
And it's going to have 50 odd members.
Be there or be square.
But
Thank you,
if you want to
Trevor.
speak, please put in a written request with what your question is.
Well, we
and
get
do
to that,
it 3 days
Trevor.
before, so they can't not call you.
Thank you, Trevor. We'll be getting to that.
Questions for the lady with the glass of wine around?
Yeah, why isn't he in time?
Well, one, I didn't extend an invite to him, but they know it's happening, and 2 hours before the meeting they released a updated statement, which is on the Grammar page, for you all to read. But again, it's probably more smoke being blown at us.
Can I say, I'm not defending him, I do know from fact he's on holiday.
What, MS?
Yeah.
Well,
I know from stop on holiday, don't
Ted, thank you.
Take a step back.
Go on.
I sat in several town meetings in the church at the inception of it all, and when all the ideas were voted and we told us how much money we got. And I know from that point on that the council were inviting expressions of interest.
They did, yes.
In who may want to take any
They're
of the
still doing that today on the website.
Can we, is there anyone who knows, as time went on, whether there were any decent expressions?
Oh yeah, they were.
I have spoken.
Are there anything wrong about the actually
opening, coming back to, she's gone into Ripley because of Conford Road. She went and asked, and they told her it was £1,500 a month every 4 weeks. Now, come on, £1,500 a month.
There was a lot of people that also expressed interest, who were not even given a call back.
No, they were, well,
Who
I know
were-
she was.
Some that were told point blank, no, that business won't be going to grammar. So, yes, there has been a lot of interest in grammar.
Well, they've not given it time. They really have not given it
Because that was the plan all along, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We were no plan. Sorry, we had to put that. I've got your name, sorry. Dave Byrne.
Sorry, I'm not in I live in Los Angeles. Yeah, and I've got to read this, otherwise I'll forget. But at the last council meeting, it was video. Yeah? Anybody can watch it on YouTube. And 5 minutes 50 seconds in, when asked what's going to happen to the grammar, Ms Williams said, and I quote, "I cannot say at this point in time, commercial discussions are taking place," and when asked, he stated that there was units for rental. I'm saying that's what it originally was. And in 9 minutes 30 seconds, Ms Williams said, "I am the leader of Amber Council and already said there are commercial discussions taking place, and I can't say any more. It will be decided by the end of July." A question: what meetings are there for the public to have their say? At 9 minutes 43, none. On Wednesday, the 16th of July, I went to Amber Valley Council, and because it was an annual general meeting, I was allowed to answer questions. And I asked the council, all of them, all 42 members, just tell me how many units are for shops and how many are for offices. No answer. I asked Ms Williams, you are the leader, right? Tell me how many shops, how many offices. He refused to look at me, wouldn't answer the question, and then somebody on the committee there said, "Have we got your email?" And I said, "Yes, I had." And he said, "Well, email you with a decision." That was 16 days ago, and nothing.
When I went on the tour, I asked the question, was the decision going to be made by the Cabinet or by a single individual? I was assured that the decision was going to be made by Cabinet. They lied to my face.
Which you do.
Are you surprised?
No, I'm not surprised, because I mean, he don't even identify himself at a town meeting. I mean, I had to tell you, didn't I, in the last meeting, you're asking about grammar, and obviously that is Amber Valley, unfortunately, not in the entire council. And it just sits there, and you
I
look
got
at
told
you.
it was, or what I asked that night in a full letter was, what you're asking is Amber Valley, and I said, no, it's Hena.
But it's
Hena and Gloucester Town Council.
Let me explain that. The reason Alan said that is because it is them that made the decision. Ena and Town Council, the independents, have had nothing to do with it. Can't speak for the Labour. And that's what he was pointing. He was trying to say to him, this is yours, but he never identifies. So that's why I said it's that bloke you need to
All
ask.
she wanted to do, that little Eileen Hamilton, was talk about being abused.
I know, by us, Ena Rockers. That's what I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, bloody hell, I never broke the law, I should have done. I know, but only Town Council has security.
That she is deaf, hard of hearing.
Right.
No, I'm not being...
She's hard of hearing, but she couldn't recognise the leader of the council because she couldn't be bothered to take the glasses off. Sorry.
Once classed as a large sum of money, and surely there are feasibility studies that have been done that should be released so that we can see what...
Everything they have done, and they always do, and make sure that they tick every legal box. Every T is crossed and every I is dotted. It will be legal what they've done, because they ensure that it is.
Well, we will be looking
And apparently the application is that grey. In somebody's words that was said to me, I'm not going to say who, but they could pick illegal immigrants in and still state would benefit the community.
That's how wide
That's how wide the scope is.
Right, Barry.
I want to ask Trevor and Ben. if what this gentleman says is correct, which I'm sure it absolutely is, right, so the guy, Chris Evans Williams, I won't trust him as far as I could throw him. That's your prerogative. It is. Yeah, I wouldn't. Right? But surely he's lied by omission to this guy. Yeah? He's failed to answer his question, so he's lied. He's lied at the town council meeting by omission, if necessary. So surely, if he's lying about this, his decision must be held accountable. And it can't be a valid
Then what you're talking about here is questions which you need to put to the scrutiny.
So this is the, I mean, if you want a bit of irony, I mean, bloody hell, it's full on it. But a couple of months ago at the meeting, I can't remember that meeting, so Tony, who was the new independent council, was trying to get on the council, and obviously Labour don't want him, because the truth is, if he gets on, it tips the balance, and then they've got power, they've got a chance to get Alan in as mayor, Maria as leader, and Joe Gent from Cathy Jacks as deputy mayor. So they don't want it to happen. So they're asking him really bloody stupid questions, and also they've got the cheek to ask him if he knows the Nolan principles. Now, we brought up the Nolan principles 4 years ago. Have a look. I'm going to share these on Facebook and you'll have a laugh, because they always broke every one of them. And it's about respect, it's about listening, it's about honesty, it's about integrity. Nothing, they've done nothing. And then they've got the cheek to sit there and ask a new councillor when they've had 40 years of doing none of this. And this is what we're dealing with. Anyway, we're going to focus back now. So, just quickly then, let's just say what we're concerned about. We're obviously concerned about it all, but let's just say limited community access, that's the main thing. Car parking pressures, electric charging points, which there's... how many electric charging points is there, Barry?
There's about 10.
Right, okay, well we don't know if we've got access to them, which obviously future...
Sorry, what you need to do, you need to focus on the decision. Yeah. That's what scrutiny's looking at.
Yeah.
Is it a decision in the public interest?
No. Yeah, it's not.
I'm telling you, these are the questions you need to be asking.
Is this the public interest of Amber Valley or the public interest of Ina?
Forget the detail of what's not happening. It's the decision.
I know, and I'm with you. I'm trying to focus. But what I'm trying to say is, Ben, is we as a community need to, before we're sending these letters and questions, we need to know what the main issues are. We know the big one.
The main issues are that it's not. There's only really 2 or 3 main questions.
Yeah.
The main question was, how can it be right that this decision was taken behind closed doors without consultation of anyone? That's your number 1 question.
Right, that's your number 1 people.
Your number 2 question is, where's the benefit? Because it's one council paying another that's going to come together in a few years' time.
That's your number 2.
The third one, how is there an economic benefit? How's it bringing jobs when you're actually taking jobs away from Alfreton and Ilkeston? There are no new jobs, so that was a false premise that the decision was made on.
And
then the fourth and final one is the grant was applied for certain things. We don't believe that is being complied with anymore, and we think the scrutiny committee need to get legal advice on the legality and the risk of Amber Valley having to pay back the £8 million odd because they're not complied with the terms of the grant.
Do you like straight in bed at night? That's my number 35.
But the other thing to say is important. I think a petition is really good. You need to spread it wide. You need to send it to the Secretary of State, who's responsible for it. And they, amounts of people do make a difference. This is getting press coverage. It was on TV at 6 o'clock tonight. It's going to get further press coverage and further coverage widespread on social media and beyond. They don't like that. They don't like that nationally. They want to have control of everything.
Can I just clarify
that?
That
Pressure is the pressure which can tell.
Can I just clarify? When you say for the benefit of the community, do they mean Hina community, Hina and Gloucester Town community, or do they mean Amber Valley Borough community?
The decision was made on the basis, or the grant was given on the basis of community benefit. The decision
Regeneration of the High Street Bridge.
They're made on the basis of, yes, and the community benefit. The decision, which we're questioning, was made on the benefit to Amber Valley Borough Council as an entity.
From a future High Street fund.
Forget everything else, it was based on, it's for their benefit as a council, and we can show that there is no benefit. There's one public body paying another public body that are coming together, so I'm moving money from this pocket to that pocket. No extra money, no extra jobs, but also that there's a deficit now because all the car parking spaces, which you would have had for people to come in and go to the antique centre and then walk over to the square, but go to the shops and buy some, that's gone because those car parking spaces won't go over there. So it's actually to the detriment.
Yeah, because it looks like we're losing the antique centre car park, doesn't it? But I've not heard about it. But Barry, when you looked, it's fenced off, isn't it? And it's all charging for it.
Remember, I think you need to decide to put those questions in. You can have a supplementary question, remember, and that means a question which you don't have to put in.
Okay, so just what we're doing, we're going to come on to
just
that.
quickly,
Can I just ask one question?
Yeah, go on.
We need a cohesion of questions to them.
This is what
Because
we're
if we
gonna
lost on a question here, a question there, it's going to get all watered down. The first thing that you said, those four things that you said, we all need to be asking the same questions. Now, if you can coach us to say, these are the specific questions that you need to ask, then all of us can get on board. We can literally copy and paste.
Well,
You
cannot
ignore 1,000 people asking the same
I'm just
from a relevant question.
going to read out the statement that Peter made on DCC today, which will be released on social media, either has just or will be at some point tonight.
Not yet.
So on 24th of July 2025, Derbyshire County Council Cabinet approved a proposal to take lease. So they approved it the day before Chris Williams signed it off. On part of the old grammar, to create a new office and service hub to serve both Amber Valley and Erewash. The old grammar will provide modern, flexible and accessible spaces to support smart working and provides excellent public transport links for users. Subject to the lease being agreed with Amber Valley Borough Council, the users of the nearby Mercy and Close offices and Parkwood Centre will be relocated to the old grammar. The building will house the DCC healthcare, adult care and children's services teams, allowing our teams to come together and we're providing safe and secure space for what can be sensitive cases to be discussed. The main focus is on creating a safe and welcoming space for families to meet and confidential meeting rooms. Derbyshire County Council will have the use of the building during working hours and the community will have the use of the main hall and associated facilities during the evenings and at weekends. This arrangement and community bookings will be managed by Amber Valley Borough Council. We are in the process of agreeing the times. The site remains under the ownership and management of Amber Valley Borough Council. It's important, contextually, to understand that AVBC has invested considerable time and resources in bringing this forward this building. The ability to retain and successfully manage the building requires sustainable income, and in seeking a tenant, Amber Valley Borough Council has been very keen to engage with DCC. We've been very keen. I have the last two words. It's input, engage DCC and support us moving into these. So that's telling you that Amber Valley have been very keen and are very supportive of this happening. And that is intended for a press release shortly.
So I'm going to go in a minute to another meeting. Can I just say there's another question which we want to ask. That's when were you contacted? When was the council first contacted by Derbyshire County Council asking to lease it?
Yeah.
But remember, you've got 10 minutes total.
I know, this is why we're here, we're getting organised.
Depending on who's chair, they might give you a bit more discretion to longer. But it's not going to be long, so I think you need to pick 5 questions for 5 people who are going to ask them on behalf of everyone.
Thank you.
Bother swamping them and letting them choose who's going to ask the question.
No, we need to keep
do everything yourself.
Yeah, we get that.
Sorry, I've got to go to another meeting.
Yeah, you go.
Anyway, thanks so much, everyone.
Thank you for all. That is amazing. If you don't feel like you can give any time, at least spread the word, at least sign the petition, or take the petition round, make sure your friends are signing the petition. Then the next level is we are going to get these questions and we're going to tell you exactly where you're sending them, and we're going to tell you exactly who's on the scrutiny committee, because bear in mind that Ennis Williams is, and Lindsay Cox, both on the scrutiny committee, are Hena town councillors. So they, you would think, they would care a bit more.
I'll just correct you. Chris Ennis Williams is not on the scrutiny committee.
Oh, sorry. Yes, he's not. No.
As I've asked for
He's
him
not,
to
but
be there.
it's still, well, yeah, come on. I mean, yeah, that'd be
He's not on the
lovely.
scrutiny
But,
committee.
sorry, he's not. I've done one mistake, sorry.
No,
But what I'm saying is that he should care more because he is an Eden Town Councillor, and he...
Lindsay Cox is on the...
Right, so, next steps.
We've got an unfair disadvantage straight away. She's back to Chris Ennis Williams all the way.
Yeah.
She's behind him all the way. So we're unfairly straight away.
Labour councillors aren't allowed to go any other way than what Labour tell
We need to go. We need to have an independent
If
scrutiny
she
council.
doesn't declare a valid interest in it, she can say she's open-minded. And on that basis, the chair
Well, we
will
know that's
not...
a blatant lie, Trevor, because Labour's
Alright, well, again, let's focus on what we can do and what we can't do. Right, we're running out of time here, and I need to get people doing stuff. So, Chris, Chris is the last person. What do you want to say, Chris? Last person.
I've been listening tonight to all the fact-handy emotions, and if you play by the council's rules, you've got to have a battle. I've done this for 25 years with them. I've known it. I've got all the evidence together for it from everything. It's cost me around about £500,000 because I didn't play ball. There is a way that you can do this legally. You've got to pincer them between the facts, but also to legally challenge Ennis Williams. He's made the wrong decision. He cannot do that. And there is a way legally. What I would offer, and I'll back you up all the way, I'll give you as much time. Her Royal Highness here has just given me permission to say this. I'll give you as much time as necessary. You need half a dozen people, 10 people together that's going to be dedicated to it, to get together, to stratify it, and you've not got much time.
Well, this is why we're here.
Yeah, if you play their game to their rules,
yeah,
you've got to be up against it. You've got to approach it a different way, and I do know a different way.
Right, well, obviously, you're not one of the teams. So,
Could I just say, Barry Ashmore would be an ideal candidate.
Well, Barry's just gone, but I will tell him that.
Stephanie WMC, if he's available.
Well,
Would be
yeah.
perfect.
Yeah, but a lot of us have, had to go by the wayside for one reason or another. And again, we won't go into that. Last person, and then we're going to get organised. Sorry?
Just one question, and yourselves, ladies. Over the last few years, or more than a few years, I've been to a lot of community groups, community meetings generated by Lupina, Leonie and Dion, predominantly, and others. I don't see them tonight.
No.
Are you working with them?
No.
Are you together?
No, we're giving up with that. No.
Right, what happened there?
Well, we tried. Maria, you answer that.
I know a couple
Being as diplomatic as possible, I've been surprised how quiet they have been since the decision has come out. And that's all I can say.
Just leave them out of it, honestly.
Yeah, well, this is it. And obviously, everyone will make their own decision on that. So, Barry, you have just been nominated, not by me, but by Trevor. You're leading one of our teams. Thank you, Barry Ashmore. Okay, so let's get back to what we can do. So, first level, petition. Second level, we're asking questions and we're getting this petition done. Mal, next one.
So, about petition, send me a copy of the petition. I'll fix it.
Well, you're all going to get it. You're all going to get it, love.
This is online.
Online, it's online. And it will be a pet fit.
A lot of people haven't got time to go online or
I know, that's why.
So, send me a copy.
Yes.
I'll get my office to print off all the copies. I'll go to the shop, or people say, I've disputes everywhere.
Right, lovely. So that's what we need, because obviously I've said all along, people, not everyone's on Facebook. Right, we've got petition. The next thing that we're doing, right, next level up. We are, I want to know what your skills are, right? We've all got skills and we put you in teams. We can't do it by ourselves. So if you're willing to give a bit of time for what your knowledge is or what your skills are, we need it. It's the only way we're going to do it. One person, two people, three people can't be experts in everything, and this is why it's going wrong anyway. So we need to get organised. So we're going to, if you are dedicated, say we're not saying every night, whatever, but if you're willing to give a bit of extra help, then please stay behind and we will put you in the right team. That makes sense?
Can I just say, on the 12th of August,
You are?
at the 12th of August at 7 o'clock, you definitely want a big
Turn out, we do, Trevor, I am on it, Trevor. I'll put a bloody bus on, Trevor.
Not everybody's got a bus pass, I have.
Well, you're just going that in now. Yeah. We've gone back time I get there. That's all I'm waiting for.
No.
Yeah, so when I'm saying skills, obviously we need probably legal skills, yeah? We need regulation skills, we need people who know these stupid council rules that are holding the whole bloody country back. And we can, so like Trevor, we can work around those and do ourselves. Sorry?
It's asking people for legal skills. Senior Town Council has a legal clerk.
Yes. Yeah, but, you think,
That's luckily, Hina Town Council employs that person, so they can choose when to keep him or not. So if he's not doing his job...
Well, I'm afraid I'm going to have to pass that over to the leader of our council.
And I'm afraid I'm going to have to pass on the comment, thank you.
So yeah, legal skills. We want people who are good at deciphering these statements and picking holes in the statements. We want people who are looking out for stuff. We want people who are passing the grammar school like Barry did and was like, who are you? And not aggressively, because we all want to be like that, we're funny and nice. But, you know, take some pictures, whatever. Keep your eyes peeled. Anybody that knows anything about PR, you're joining my team. So at 6 o'clock tonight, we're on ITV News Central. Yeah. And that is a big step. It's about killed me. But the last few days we've been on the BBC website. They're on it now. And when they're on it, if we keep providing visuals for them and we keep providing lines for the press, they will be with us because it's manna from heaven, all this for them. And at the end of the day, those and everyone on Facebook who keep saying, oh, it doesn't matter you've got 45,000 views, because that doesn't mean that it's votes, or not everyone agrees with you. That is why the press are here. People care more nowadays about your views than they do about who's voting. This is the world that we are in, and we're playing the game. So we're going to play it just like anybody else does. So if anybody says to you, it doesn't matter how many views you've got, that's bullshit. Yes, it does. And that's why the press were here today, and that's why the BBC will be here tomorrow. So once it goes to 6 o'clock tonight, live outside the grammar school. Now, coincidentally enough, Amber Valley then put out a new statement. They're under pressure. They've now changed what they're saying twice. Ennis Williams says something different to the journalist at the BBC than he released in that statement. He told him not release a statement, but they released a decision and it was different. He'd altered it when he spoke to her, smoothed it over, made it a bit better. And then now this statement that's come out today coincides with this meeting, because a few of you might think, oh, we don't need to go now because apparently we're going to get a little bit more space in it. And it coincides with the media turning up. That's it. So I hope you've set your records and you're doing your catch up, because we're on at 6 o'clock tonight. Thank you.
Very quick massage. On the original plan, so what we looked at, the original plans that covers what you said, was the shop units downstairs.
Yeah.
But the shop units downstairs have been changed into offices, so completely different. So we need to look at the planning when it was changed.
Yes.
And say, well, why was it changed? You contest that. Say, well, why was it changed? Well, we're not told about it.
Yeah, well, this is what we're saying. So this is what's going to come out, isn't it, in our teams? Yeah, Dawn.
Right, I've got fabric, I've got paint.
Yes, Dawn.
How are we going to be
visual
on the
visual,
day?
Dawn. You think visual.
Right, so
Yes.
I've got the fabric, I've got the paint. If people want to come and I can put the gazebo up in the garden and we can sit and paint in the
Yeah,
garden.
because we're going to need banners, you're going to need posters, all of it.
But also,
You need people on, we need market
Yes.
next bloody Tuesday.
Yes.
Ripley
Yeah, Ripley Market. Yeah, because we're not all getting, so we've got to make, whoever's outside, you're making a noise like Nina Onkers.
You're taking it around your Tuesday next week. It's permission to go in shops on market, so people.
Sorry.
Yeah, we just put a sign on the shop saying there's a what in here.
Yeah, well, this is why we're here, spread the word. Spread the word. Yeah.
Could I also ask,
Oh, go on,
have we got
Trevor.
anybody that could come and video the calling?
Well, I'm sure that we've had it video
ask
tonight.
permission for that.
Right, so we've got to do that.
Does that need to be in writing? Does that need to be in writing, Trevor?
Put it in writing, you would like it videoed.
Okay.
And then also, anything that you want to do, get it videoed and television will be more.
Matt's going to do
Well,
that.
to be honest, I'm hoping that, you know, the press will be here, for the, will be there for the scrutiny committee, so they'll be sorting that out. Yes, you're right. Pardon?
You won't be there at the calling.
What, the press won't?
Well, the press may be, but they won't be there with a video camera.
What, the press won't?
I don't think so.
I'll beg to
Well, we'll
differ.
have a backup now.
Yeah,
You
right.
have to have permission, Trevor.
Yeah, you have to have,
You
people,
have
the
to have
press will ask for
permission of
permission.
press. Do they? The press is there, I don't know about
No, no, it comes out. Anyway.
permission to video. They have to ask permission to be there. Over there, to there.
What, here? Is it? Right. So, it's 200 people here tonight. Thank you. Because we haven't got no community, because that has been destroyed. And we've taken it back now, and we're getting that grammar school back. Dawn, you're heading the visuals.
with the grammar school,
Yeah.
it's accessible. How many other places in Hena are there that are accessible for disabled people to start their own business? There isn't any. I can't go in any of the shops.
No.
Okay?
All you're doing is losing businesses.
I sound selfish sitting in a wheelchair,
Yeah.
but I've started a business.
Yeah.
I'm expanding the business. I'm actually doing an event next weekend. I can't use any of the venues that are currently in Hena.
Yeah. Terrible.
So how many other disabled people want to start a business and haven't got anywhere to do it?
Yeah, I agree.
That was going to be somewhere I could set up a business, run a business, empower other disabled people to start their own. The King's Trust was interested in actually helping other people to do work around Hena, because there isn't anywhere in Ilkeston or anywhere else. We've got it, but it's been taken away. So that's my business plan straight out the window. Because
Yeah, and you and many others, because like obviously you're totally right, but there's a lot of other people who've been planning their businesses.
I can tell you another 6 that we're going to have.
Yeah, I know some. Anyway, so but yeah, fantastic point, and these are the points we need to get out to the press.
Just one more thing after, if anybody who can be there next Tuesday can be there, that'd be great, whether you're inside or out. There's just one more thing that I'd like Mr Matthews to say that he's been asking for as a result of the decision that's been already made.
Yes. So the next step that we need to be hot on the heels with is the demolition of the science block. Get rid of that eyesore.
It's an eyesore.
Yeah, it is. I believe that's what the original plan was, that the grammar school was going to be office space, and then all the shops, cinemas, all that thing was going to be developed from the science block. So I am going to push for that to act on that as soon as possible. Because as soon as this new election comes in and they have no more responsibility for it, they will chuck it into the long grass. But I want to push them before that happens.
Well, I also think that was probably a bit of a clue, because obviously if you're not bothered, are you? Why would they be bothered about that other piece of thing that, try not to swear, that's been entering our town? Derbyshire County Council don't care about that, do they? That's another clue. Yes, we're next. Stephen, last one.
Basically, that was on the planning for being destroyed.
They've run out of money. They've run out of money.
Yeah, well, apparently they ran out of money a lot. We'll get to that.
They run out of money on the top floor, and it's been borrowed from pots across the borough, and that's why they need it back ASAP.
If I could just offer, strategically, don't get split too much by diving onto demolishing that. Stay focused.
Yeah, on the grammar.
On what's the.
Yeah, no, you're right, Chris.
That could come up backwards.
Yeah.
Because they've leased that down, the Kent Council leased that down to telecommunication, and that's what initially stopped it.
Right, so
Make it
absolutely.
clear that we need to be hot on the heels as well. As soon as
you've done this, then you do it.
We're straight on to that.
So strategically, don't split it at the minute.
Is that what you're going to do? Right, that's what you're doing that now. Thank you for Mal being volunteered. Love a volunteer. So, thank you Mal. Thank you for a round of applause. Right, so we're going to get Keep Taxes a bank coming on. So get another pint and let's celebrate that we are now getting organised and we're saving the grammar school. So if you can, stay behind. We might have to go in the other bar and offer your services and your skills. Please do it. We need all the help we can get. And then